Hi, welcome. How to draw hands. So somebody was asking me for a hands tutorial, and I have my fair share of experience drawing hands. I'm gonna give like some really quick tips from personal experiences. Disclaimer: I'm no professional, so yeah. Anyways, let's get into it. Tip number one: use your own hand as a reference. You should be pretty much using your own hand. Click a picture or take a video of your hand in multiple angles, whatever. The second tip would be breaking it down into simple shapes, and this applies to any body part, not just your hands. If you are able to break down anything you want to draw into simple shapes, it will be a lot easier. Now, keep in mind, shapes are of two types: geometric and organic. Geometric shapes are just squares, circles. Every geometric shape that you see, it's pretty average. Then we have organic shapes, which is, well, basically just it just means shapes that you have fucking hell, bro, what do I say? Organic shapes, on the other hand, are just shapes that are irregular. Whatever is easier to follow for you, use that as a reference, I guess. Forms. So if you can break things down into shapes, you can also create forms from those shapes, which basically just means shapes but in three dimensions. 3D shapes. A square would be a cube, a circle would be a sphere. So yeah, that's your example. If you can do that, you can basically make, cut down your hand. I mean, not your hand, but you get the point. You can cut down hands into simple forms. As you can see from the time lapse here, I broke down the hand that I'm drawing into a square cuboid form, and also using the cylindrical forms for the fingers. Now, if you want to get technical, you can break down your whole arm, well, not your whole arm, but your whole hand into four different segments of cylinders, because if you look at the skeleton, that's what your hand actually looks like, the bone structure of the hand. But just for convenience sake, we're going to go with the top three part of the hands, which is, well, three cylinders. So yeah, well, we have a cuboid for the palm, and then three cylinder shapes, the cylinder forms for your fingers. Now, the mistake that a lot of people make while drawing hands is they place the fingers, or the fingertips, mostly it's the fingertips, as they put it in really unnatural ways. Like this, for example, this is one of my old drawings where I was making Shigaraki. Now, for the context, I believe it works because I am pretty sure he was fighting somebody here and he broke his hand or something. So the pinky, as you can see, is really far off. That should not be the case with any natural looking hand, but as I said, the context, for the context, which is basically he's fighting somebody and he broke his finger, I believe it works. Okay, so for the context, it works. But if I had to like make it look natural, it would probably look more like this. Again, this is just an example. I'm not, like trying to render out a realistic looking hand. Perspective is another topic which I feel like it deserves a video on its own, because it's a completely different topic. It's just gonna make everything more complex, which, to be fair, if you add perspective to anything, it makes anything complex. So yeah. Now, thing with hands, it gets a lot more complex than that, and there's a lot more depth to it, and I feel like I don't have the IQ nor the experience to talk about it as of now. So yeah, and again, as I said, the first ever advice that I give, using your own hand as a reference, would be quite beneficial. That alone should help you a lot with your hands, really studying the structure, how it's constructed, and studying what makes a hand look natural, which basically just means how it moves. So yeah, hopefully this helps, and if it doesn't, my bad, chief. Anyways, bye.